everybody, this is Matt from Big Little Robot, and I have here the MP-28 Hot Rodimus. Yes, this guy is looking fine, he's looking sleek, and he is missing headlights. That's because this is just a sample. It was a factory reject, and the only thing that it comes with are some instructions and some of the accessories. Taking a quick look at the alt mode over here, we have a something. I don't know. It's never been licensed before by any car company, so I imagine getting a hold of factory rejects was probably pretty easy. Of course, if there was a supercar like this out on the market, I think I'd be kind of curious to pick one up. Who knows, maybe there is one out on the market, and maybe there was a prototype a long time ago. Kind of get the feeling I saw something like it at a car museum. So this is totally just a sample. It's not a final product, or at least I certainly hope it isn't. I do know I've been having some problems with this. This chest piece actually sticks out a little far, and it's really difficult for it to get any closer so that I could roll it. But I don't plan on playing with it, and I don't plan on rolling it across the table. But yeah, that's just a heads up. This definitely sticks out over here. I'm hoping the final version doesn't have that problem. A little bit of details about the vehicle. The only paint that I think I can probably see on here has something to do with the top over here, some sort of paint or maybe decal, and that's just about it. Everything else here on here is glossy. This might be paint, I don't know. It kind of looks like paint on here, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't see any chipped off parts. I don't see any paint chips anywhere, and it could be just a shiny plastic. I think there's a little bit of paint over here next to the hands, and probably a little bit here on the helmet. But that's about it. I mean, the tires do, rotate if you can get them to roll when it's lying flat. The glass plating over here, it does not open because there are two pegs that actually hold it into place, so you don't have a way of popping this open. You can if you wanted to. I mean, if you really wanted to put in the effort. But as far as the sample goes, that really doesn't open, and there doesn't really seem to be a need to open it because you wouldn't be able to fit anything inside anyway. The exhaust sections here in the back, they actually are supposed to stay closed, which I think they actually look better in than they do out. But what doesn't make sense to me is that they actually pop out during transformation. But I think to keep the whole streamlined look, the point was to have those flip in and out. But that's pretty much it. This is the guy here. And one of the things I really like about this is how easy it is to transform him. I'm not going to go through an explanation of how to do it. I'll leave the fun up to you guys. But I will transform him real quick just so you guys can get a feel for how it's done. So, here we go. He does have a double joint for the elbow, so if you wanted to do a bicep curl, that is possible. He does rotate at the neck, but I kind of feel like his turn is a bit limited. I think you could turn it all the way around, but I don't want to because I'm afraid I'm going to scratch something up around the chin area. He does have skirts over here, so these pop up in the back, on the side, and in the front, like a tutu. There you go. And he could do a complete swivel all the way around. That is also possible. And if you want to see the joints, you can have a look over here. Ball joints, that's what they look like. close that up because it's embarrassing to expose yourself. One problem I do have is that these don't tend to stay locked in all the time. Maybe I'm just putting them in wrong. Oh, maybe that will help. But yeah, he doesn't seem to have the orangutan arms, and his arms don't look too long for his upper and lower body. So he just looks absolutely fine. Oh, one of the other options too, you can also remove the head. Not remove the head, but you can fold open the helmet and you can take his visor and you can put his visor on the inside, or take it out and put it on the outside, depending on your preferences. So that looks like that. I like the visor out. I think it looks pretty cool. So I'm going to take his visor back out. I just wish it was a little darker, so what I'm probably going to do is put a little bit of color into it, if I can, when I have the time. If at any time you also wanted to display him with the matrix, you could do so by opening up his chest portion here and putting it right here inside, just like that. You can pop it right in there. I'd use mine from the MP-10, but I can't get it out, so sorry about that. And yeah, that's basically it. As far as like accessories and things like that, his gun, if you wanted to put it into his Skeletor hands, these are kind of these hands are very different than some of the other Masterpiece line, and they just look like skeletons, skeletal hands of some kind. But I actually like it. They're not these big bulky block fingers. And if you wanted to, that's totally an option. That locks into place, and voila. You also can move his wrist a little bit, so if you have to correct that, that's also an option. The fishing pole is another feature if you wanted to do that too. I didn't need to open that. But if you wanted to put the fishing pole into his hand, that's something that can be done. And there's nothing to really lock it into place, it just kind of floats and sits right there, so that is an option also. I like that. So, because I know that when you're using a fishing pole and when you hit people it hurts like hell. Anyway, so that is an option. If you wanted to use his other hand with it, you could. Depending on which hand you want to use it in, you could just take the fishing pole and you could pop that off and turn it around if you needed to, and have it held in different ways. So that's a choice. And finally, the other option that he comes with is his saw blade. And I don't know, I'm afraid that if I put this in, it's going to be hard to take out again. Anyway, so yeah, this is also an option. I like this. This is also pretty cool too. So, and that just really just pops on there like that, and can use that from the scene in the film. So that's Hot Rod in a nutshell. If you want to see the scale of it, or if you want to see the accessories again, there's a photo gallery at the end of this video. And if you would like to subscribe, just hit the logo in the corner. I hope you enjoyed this short review. If you have any questions, just put them in the comments down below. And until then, I'll see you guys next time.